So in this video, I'm going to go through what caused me to look at the internet as a source of income. And I can tell you, I didn't go hunting. I didn't say, I need to make more money. I'm going to go look at the internet. It was actually a side avenue of something that I discovered when I was just trying to learn simple business and marketing skills that I neglected to learn while I was in acupuncture school because I was so into the chi and wanting to just heal the world. That's truly where my mind was. And anything that had to do with business and marketing, I just was like, la, 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 I just couldn't deal with it. So I was forced to deal with it. This is why. So let me start out with just telling you that I went to the Oregon College of Oriental Medicine from 1997 to 2000. This is the old building here. And, I did a bunch of other stuff before that. And I opened our clinic, Points of Origin, in 2000 with my husband. Now, he is an MD. Yeah, he's one of those. But I just want you to know that when we started, he actually left his entire MD practice and was doing acupuncture alongside me full time. So we were earning the income of any two acupuncturists. We didn't have any foot in the door or anything like that. The only thing I'll say is that we were in our community and we knew people for 6 years. So we did have some contacts, but we did not by any stretch start out with a full practice at all. I can remember we were in our practice like a month. And I was so excited because we had 7 people on our schedule. Between the two of us, we had 7 people, and I was so excited. I also remember being very disappointed when 1 or 2 canceled. It was hard in the beginning. We did not accept insurance for the first 7 years. After that, we did, and we were happy that we made that change. Although, there's always pros and cons with that. We started out working 5 days a week, but we switched to working 4 days a week, and we're basically an hour per patient. We didn't double book. We tried that in the beginning and didn't like it. So our patients came from people we knew, referrals, thank God. And then I thought through our website, but I will tell you that did not happen at all. Neither one of us had any background in business or marketing. And so when we decided to open our practice, that did not even cross our minds. Maybe it should have. So here's the perfect storm. In 2005, so we had been in practice 5 years, we were just getting our footing. We were doing okay. But this family emergency, so I'm on the West Coast and my family's all from the East Coast. So I get a call and I end up jumping on a plane and fly. So what happens when you're not in your practice seeing patients? Your income goes down, right? Because that's how you make money. And because I threw everything on a credit card because I needed to go yesterday, that's how it felt, our expenses increased. We also just so happened, this was unrelated, we had sold our house, we had bought a property, and we were remodeling it to create a separate clinic space attached to the house, which is where we currently live, and I love it. But it was a shit show for a while because we were paying we took out 2 SBA loans, 2 loans. One was to consolidate previous debt and the other was to remodel the space so that it could be a clinic space. So we had like this huge debt. We bought this house. We sold our previous house. So it looked like we made all this money. And so the IRS said, oh, you made all this money. You didn't pay us enough taxes this year. So we got a $17,000 tax bill. Now, at the time, that was soul crushing. And it felt like our business was over. And there was a split second where I felt like throwing in the towel and just saying, forget it, I'm done. And I know compared to what's going on right now, that doesn't seem like a big deal. But I just want you to know I understand what it feels like to just wonder, should I continue or should I not? And it was in that moment that I felt what I call my turning point, my $17,000 turning point, because I really felt like I really wanted to do this work. I wanted to help people. And I loved being an acupuncturist. but I also felt like for the first time, I really have to take responsibility for my financial future, which really scared the hell out of me. Decided to make a commitment to learn business and marketing, which also up to that point, I had not taken a single business class. And even I can remember at the Oregon College of Oriental Medicine, there were business practice management classes. And I wonder sometimes, even if they were meaty, like even if they really taught me the kind of stuff I think that should be taught right now, I'm not sure I would have listened. That's one of the things, because I was so blocked off from that. And I, when you, like I said, when you study something like this, which is more about personal development, you learn that those fears about facing financial stuff and putting yourself out there really has to do with the messages you got as a child. I mean, you really have to break down and do some of this work to really make some of these changes. And then the last thing is, I made this commitment that whatever I was going to learn, I was going to teach other people. So that's part of the reason why I started doing these classes this is an actual slide from the Oregon College of Oriental Medicine, because what happened is, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. What happened is I created a website to teach acupuncturists what I was learning. Because when I actually started learning about business and marketing, I was like, this isn't that hard. And you know what? There's some things that really could have prevented me from having all the problems that I'm having right now. So I felt like if I could just make this little book, put it on the internet for acupuncturists to buy, and I would only charge like what it cost me to create the book. So this was back then when I was thinking it had to be a published book and you had to go buy it. I didn't know anything about Amazon or anything like that. Remember, 2005 feels like, ages ago. So I started looking to find out how I could package this information, write a little book. And I had already started writing stuff that I was learning. How could I put this book on the internet and have people buy it? And like, how do you do a shopping cart? Like, I didn't know any of that stuff. Well, then I started learning, you know what? You could put this information on the internet for free and make money just by people going and getting the information for free. And I was like, gotta be kidding me. What? So let me go back.